Alright, I bought this one. $20. Don't know what's wrong with it. What do I do with my screwdriver? It needs a little one of these on that side. I have some spares. Just looking at it, well, there's a problem. It's kind of rusted out, but I can take a piece of hose and slip over that and fix that. Let's plug it in and see. We might be able to figure out what's wrong with it just by plugging it in and listening to it. It's an old style, and I can't keep these things. People love these old machines. Get it on to spin. Well, the motor is good. I'm thinking it's a motor coupling. I may be right, I may be wrong. So that would be a nice discovery if it's only the motor coupling. And a cleanup and a little cosmetic work. We'll have one to sell. People really like these old machines. I don't particularly like this model because it's got all of these. The more knobs you have, the more things can go wrong with them. Then we take these two clips off. Rotate this forward and move it out of the way. A lot going on today. I need to paint that one. Got a control board ordered for this one. That's the old control board. I was trying to find I want to sell that machine. I don't want to put too much in it, so I found a control board with it, and the shipping's about $45. So I still got some meat on the bone. I actually got that for nothing because I sold a lady a machine, and that was the one that that she wanted hauled off. So I brought it here, and it is a control board issue. It'll dry like 3 loads of clothes and then stop working, and then it'll start working again. That's the only thing I can think of that it's going to be, is something in the control board. The $45 is a bad investment for one I can go more than triple my money on. Hang on that over there. Got cobwebs all over it. Pull this. Well, looks like it got pretty hot. And rock the motor side to side, up and down, break the it's kind of loose. Let's see what we got here. That's not loose, so it's not. I think the brake shoes might be. Brake shoes might be I'm going to change that. I don't like these old motor couplings. Brake shoes might be stuck, and that's why it's not spinning. It's slipping the clutch. So the clutch could be so bad that it's just slipping. These are 1/2-inch bolts, 3 of them on the transmission. You know, I gotta pull the agitator first. Dummy. Let's do that. I'm sure the dog's on that one. Go on too. Oh no. Well. Yeah, we can change those dogs. I don't like these agitators. Yeah, if you see one of these, you look down there and you see that old plastic thing. You need a 1/2-inch drive. And just unscrew that out of there. And then I think there's a 1/2-inch bolt in the bottom of it. Yeah. Maybe bigger, maybe 9/16. Let's see, our 9/16. That's metric. That's 5/8. That should be 9/16. Need a deep socket. Maybe I wasn't getting down there. Well, it's 9/16. I do not have a 9/16 deep socket. Come on. I'll probably change this whole thing. I do not like agitators with this right here in it. But I have agitators. Let's go back to our half. Pull her back up. We have a reluctant transmission. There's a few whacks with another. I got it. Probably got a rough spot on that shaft. A little rough. Polish that. That's what I thought. Yeah, those brakes are stuck. Let me have some WD-40. I don't have any WD-40. I do. Right there. Yeah, those are stuck. Morning. See what I'm doing? I'm putting it right there. There we go. And you say, well, you're defeating the purpose. You're greasing a brake shoe. Well, not on these. These brake shoes are just, they're here to stop the load, but they're not here to stop the load suddenly. It's just a slow movement. Now it'll turn. Now, let's check out our clutch. Alright, clutch is gone. We need to change the clutch. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me go get one. Would you look at that? That shouldn't have come out of there, but it did. Get rid of that. Put this new clutch in here. And sure enough, got the wrong spring on there. This particular washing machine uses this blue spring. And if you're in doubt, it comes with a paper here that shows you which clutch to use on which machines. So what we want to do, we're going to put this little vibration dampener in here. That keeps, I think that's something to do with sound. And you want to depress the spring that's in there and lift the pads out. And you want to be careful because these little cups are loose on here, and you're going to need those. So let's replace this black spring. They call that a green spring, but it's black to me. Let me call it a black spring. Replace it with this blue one. Now when you put this back down, you want these little tits here need to go down into the bell of the clutch. Just like that. Then you want to put this little nylon piece on, and you slide it back on and make sure these screws fit in there. Then you want to take your keeper ring with this point going down, and these are fairly easy to put on. You just have to go around in a circle. You want to first, we're going to get that one in the groove, the first one in the groove. Then you go to the second one and push, and then to the third one and push, and then lastly the fourth one. And when it snaps in, it's on there for good. Don't forget to put your C-clamp back on. There's 2 slots in the shaft. And you put your little dust cover back on. Now, when I'm at it, I'm going to change that motor coupling because I don't like that old one. Let's put the first one on the motor. That's why I have this little pecker right here. With this little pecker, it fits right in there, and we'll line these flat edges on the motor coupling. Sometimes they're kind of hard to get started, but once you get them started, they go on there fairly easily. And it comes even with a shaft. You're done. What did I do with the coupling itself? It's here somewhere. So, and on the transmission, same thing. We can line that up. Just tap it in until that even with that shaft. Now it is up there. Let's put our transmission in. First, let's polish this part right here. We can take a piece of sandpaper and polish these rough spots off of here. That's what keeps it from coming out and going in correctly. Messed up right in there. I think that would get it. Alright. And let's put our motor coupling on, and I usually rotate that to the top. And I like to put the motor mounts in the plate. Seems to be easier to stab the motor coupling that way. Okay. Now with your plug on the right hand side, rotate your motor where to line up with the motor coupling. And if you did it right, just a little finagling, and it'll fall into place like that. Oop. Now we take our motor clips, and they are the longer of the ready to fit them. that. Now, let's plug it in while we're at it. So, like that. Oh, you know what I need to do? Screw that down. Duh. Where's my other bolt? There. Getting the cart before the horse. I've probably never done that before. And it is hot today. I think it's going to be 108. We're having wildfires like crazy. I'm glad I'm not in that business anymore. I used to fly the aircraft for the Forester Service. And we had another real bad year. It was 2000. We had some record fires back then. One of them was right here east of town. It was 22,000 acres. It took them. Well, we actually never did get it put out. We had a tropical storm that finally came in and dumped enough rain that it wet everything down enough that we could finally get control of them again. This time they're a little bit more prepared. They have National Guard Black Hawk helicopters flying buckets, dropping water on the head so that the ground crews can get in there and snuff them out. Anyway, let's see if our efforts were successful here. I'm thinking they were. That brake was stuck and that clutch was no good. Well, I gotta plug it in. Alright. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. I need a lid switch bypass. Let me get this. Alright, a lid switch bypass looks like this. There we go. Whoop. Hey. That motor just weak. That's an awful weak motor. If those brakes are even being released. Safety first. Doesn't sound like the brakes are being released. We had enough lubricant on it that they were slipping. Fell. Oh, I know what fell. I guess that motor, that's working okay. That motor might just be weak. Let us see if we have a motor for that. Yep, there's one. One, two, three, four, five, six. Alright, let's give this motor a try. There's the missus bringing me some spray soap. Alright, so we're going to put the motor mounts back on. We'll pull these off of this one. And that motor coupling's good. Move it this way. Now it is possible that if this motor is weak too, it's probably the capacitor. Start capacitor. And we'll just change it out if it is. Alright. So reattach this. Oh, wow. pins aren't straight. So these are straight.
And on the inside it's just no heat.
Well, it could be a thermal fuse or thermostat. It may not be the element. You never.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's what I said. I have no clue anything about that.
Well,
okay.
you have to test those.
If it is one of those, how much does that cost?
Well. So now we got a different motor. Let's plug this rascal in and see if it was a motor. I bet it was the start capacitor, but we will have to see. It's just, why would that be dragging? You can hear that switch throwing out back and forth. If it was a start capacitor, it would I think it wouldn't even start, it would just hum. Tell you what, let's put another capacitor in and we'll see. Oh shoot. Sometimes I just get in the way of myself. It could be that. The capacitor does not look good. Yeah, on these it doesn't matter which lead you put where. Alternating current goes back and forth. We got a shot. Well, now we learned something. The start capacitor can make that motor just weak enough that it doesn't have enough oomph to get that spin going. It is still not spinning to the speed I'd like to see it. There's something dragging. I think it could be in the transmission. I just can't see how. Yeah, there's something dragging. I think there's something stuck under that tub. Seems like you could hear it. looking beside the tub. I don't see anything. There's something going on with that. I'm going to pull the tub. Let's see what I can see. There's nothing dragging on that tub. You think maybe there's something in that water pump dragging? Let's try that. Ready to put the tub in. Let's see. Yes, spins much faster. There's something in that water pump. That's what's going on. Yep, we got a problem with a water pump. How in the world did they get that up in there like that? Always better to use your dominant hand. I don't see anything, but I guarantee you that's what's doing that. So let's get a water pump. So let's try this. Alright. That's exactly what's wrong. And she's spinning up the speed now. Oh yeah. Something in that water pump Can't see it, but it's there. Alright, so let's go out here. Okay, I'm going to put these holes right there. Broke off. And these wires right here. No. And push it through. Good deal. And let's go ahead and take it over here. We'll put an agitator in it. Difference in the one that's on there. I don't like that style. And we'll put some clothes in it and test it and see what else is wrong with it. Let's clean all this stuff out of here. Got a screw and a nail. Leaves. That sticker in there. Get that off. Let's go find us a good used agitator. Wish I had a single one. I think I do. Looks like it might. Let's get a bolt for it. We'll test it, see if it works. If it doesn't leak or any other issues, then we will pressure wash the slot out. I took that pressure washer to my shop the other day. My shop uptown that I will be moving to soon. Some tense clothes in there. Alright, let's do a large load, and we're gonna do one more because you test out both the cold and the hot water valve when you do that. Normal, one rinse, and let's do a short cycle, 6 minutes. Right. Treat your tools like that, Chip. Matter with you. Oh. You always have to reconnect the water pump. Stupid mistake. I'm only allowed 2 of those a day. I don't think I've used up one yet. Maybe I have. There we go. Now, let's try again. Yeah, I'm going to get my pressure washer. I like to know what's in that thing. Why it's jammed up like that. So, looks like it's working okay. It's a fancy agitator. It's pulling around though. That water's from the water pump. We'll just see, make sure that it gets into neutral when it spins. Clean that up, paint the base probably. I'll get back to you when it starts draining. Perfect. Transmission went into neutral and it's draining, so we don't have to put a neutral drain kit into that. Ha ha! Let's see about the spin though. And what will happen next is the timer will shut off. And when it shuts off, the spin pawl will engage. When it shuts on again, it should spin. Perfect. And look, it's spinning up quickly and with plenty of power. Yeah, there was something stuck in that water pump. This machine's working perfectly. All we need to do is clean it up. We need to fix this lid. Remember the way that I fix these lids, I keep some of this hose and you put the I'll show you what I do. What you can do in a situation like this is you can get the thing off. There's 2 little screws here. Oh, come on. Oh, there it went. There's the old piece right there. Yeah. So what I do is thread this on here. And you don't need much. About that much. Look at that. Look at there. I didn't think it would fit through that hole. There we go. Perfect. I'll thread this back through here and back through there. Like so. Screw it back together. So anyway, put the screws back in. And you no longer have a door that flops up, flops all around. This one's okay. That works. That works perfectly. So when we clean this up, we'll just pressure wash all of this, sand the rust spots out of it. I think that'll be okay. Yeah. There's no dents or anything. We'll sand the rust spots and repaint it. That was a fine machine. Anyway, we fixed another. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and see you on the next trip out.